I know.
Hi. Welcome back to the Loose Agenda podcast.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Alyssa.
And we're your host. Today.
That was
yeah,
good.
That was so good. I was like, dang.
Wow, that came out really
Second
good.
episode and we're already on top of it.
Oh my god, we're basically professionals.
Right. This is our full-time job.
Yeah. We wouldn't know. We're recording our second episode today.
Yeah. Okay, so today's episode is going to be all about learning all about Alyssa and her lore and kind of like what she thinks about everything. Anything and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to do some fun little would you rather questions at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Just ask some like personal questions. Just kind of get to know one of your hosts. Are you ready to go? We just want to dive into it?
Yeah, let's just go.
Okay. Before starting the podcast, what was your experience with media, storytelling, or content creation? Or do you have any?
I feel like that's a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about this while we were setting things up. I've always wanted to, and I've never done. So I have had started 2 blogs and failed 2 blogs. I love but really nothing.
Okay.
I've made like the few TikToks here and there, but since 2019, I've always wanted to start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just wanted to be a podcaster. I just want to talk.
Yeah.
I just want to talk.
We're good at that.
24/7.
We're just some yappers.
Yeah, but not a lot. None.
Okay. What's one thing about you that might surprise people who listen to the podcast?
Yeah, so I feel like we have a lot of listeners that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's like half your friends and family and half my friends and family and then our mutual friends and family. But I just recently moved to Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
About 6 months ago.
From where?
From Austin, Texas. I'm born and raised like right outside of Austin, Texas, basically. Just like a small town outside. And yeah, I don't know. I'm new to the Memphis area. It's the first time moving since forever. Like when I went to college, my parents moved more towards my college, so they were only like 20 minutes away. So I basically never left.
Right.
So I'm going through that, like an adjustment period.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Fun. Okay. Can you tell us a bit about your journey and what led you to do the work that you're doing today?
Yeah, so right now I am a full-time grad student for clinical counseling, or clinical mental health counseling is the
tell me what
term.
all that means.
Okay, so clinical mental health counseling, I will just be like a therapist, a professional licensed counselor, licensed mental health counselor. So that's different state to state. In Tennessee, you get like a license in professional counseling and a license in mental health counseling, and you can like diagnose like mental health, some diagnoses and kind of just work with them. I'm not a psychologist, which is a common misconception. Like clinical like psychologists do a lot of like research, and like in some states they can get their doctoral and like prescribe drugs and stuff, and I will never be able to do that, and I have like no intention of that. That sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Right.
But yeah, so right now I'm a full-time grad student for counseling, which is a lot of fun. I graduated about 2.5 years ago now, and I got a degree in psych and sociology. I've always wanted to be a counselor since then. Since then, I've always wanted to be a counselor. I've been all over the board on what I wanted to be. But yeah, I don't know. I got here because I just like talking. Yeah. There's a lot of healing in talking. Right. And they do say that. And I really was like, I want to be a part of that journey. I feel like I've healed and processed so much in talking. So that's what really got me.
Is there a difference between like counseling and therapy, or are they like hand in hand?
Okay, so from my understanding, counseling and therapy are kind of like you can use them interchangeably.
Okay.
So like I see like a licensed professional counselor and I call her my therapist.
Okay.
Because we have like therapy sessions and she's doing like therapy techniques on me, or like that's what, not on me, but you know what I mean, like with me. And so I would consider that like a therapist, and I'm a therapist. Okay. So they are used interchangeably, but like social workers can become like counselors and therapists as well and have therapy sessions. So it's like, it's kind of hard to like know, like I really don't think that I could be wrong. I may need to be fact checked, but like, I don't think that there's like a licensed therapist. Like that's the term. Okay. Like I don't know. I could be wrong. But it's usually, like, for me, it would be a professional counselor, or, like, for other people, it could be licensed psychologist. And they can also do therapy techniques.
So do people that go to school to be like, or that go to work in a school as a counselor, do they have to get that same degree, or is it something different?
Yeah, so it is technically like something different, at least in my school. So it's under the same like department. So they're still like in the College of Education. So like I'm in the College of Education in counseling, and they would be in the College of Education, but their degree would be in school counseling. And really we study a lot of the same things. Like school counselors learn a lot of the same things, but they have like a few, like maybe I could be wrong, but it's like 3 to 4 classes of like strictly school counseling focused, where they're learning probably more about like development in kiddos and like theories in helping kiddos in like the school setting, which I know nothing about. I can only imagine. I feel like that's a really hard job.
Yeah.
Working as a school counselor.
Yeah.
I'm like, I fear if you work with kids in any capacity, you're not getting paid well enough and you're not being treated well enough. And that is so, so sad. And it's not okay. They deserve so much more. Much more.
I can back that up.
Yeah. It's like teachers, pediatric doctors, school counselors, anyone who's working with the population of kiddos. Yeah. They are not treated fairly. They are overworked, underpaid. And I don't know if I could. Also, kids make me really emotional. Yeah. They're my like sweet spot.
Okay, yeah.
Where I'm like, I worry I don't know how professional I could stay. Because I would just be too like, no, come home with me, I'll adopt you. Yeah. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to be your counselor. I can adopt you, like a Miss Honey situation.
No, same. I'm like waiting for one kid to like need a house, and I'm like, it's mine.
Yeah, come with me.
Yeah, I've got an extra bedroom.
Yeah, I have a bag packed for you already.
Yeah. Okay. How did you get started in like the field that you're in, and was there a specific moment or turning point?
Yeah, so when I started in undergrad, I started as a writing major, like English writing, concentration. Like I wanted to do creative writing. I really wanted to be a writer for SNL. Like I wanted to be in New York doing like skit writing because I thought all those people were funny, and like everything's so luxurious when you're a kid and you're like 18 and you're like, I can go to New York and do all this. So I really wanted to do that, and then I realized like I don't really like writing boring stuff, and you have to write a lot of boring stuff to get there. Yeah. I'm like, I thought I was just gonna be taking if everyone, when you're 18 years old, you go in college and you're like, I'm going to take fun classes. I'm taking college algebra and failing college algebra. I'm taking world history and failing world history, which is bad. Like, I blame that on my high school education, not on the school. But I was like, oh, this is not fun. Like, I want to do something fun. So I switched to nutrition just because I was like, why not? The first thing was like how everyone was so extremely healthy in that class. Like, skinny and healthy, and talking about it, and I don't think I was in the headspace to love that. I was like, I was eating McDonald's right before this and feeling like shit, and like sorry, cuss word. I was like not, so I just didn't feel like I grooved. It wasn't like my mentality for that. So then I switched again. I don't even remember what I switched to. This is like my lore. This is my lore, okay? Yeah. So then I thought I was not going to go to college anymore, and I didn't register for class, and I was like, who makes a lot of money and doesn't have to go to a law school? The people who do blood testing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Phlebotomy?
Yes, and you can be a phlebotomy tech.
Yeah.
And you make a lot of money.
And you only have to go for like a year, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And so I was like, I'm going to go to this like college health science place in Texas, down this, like a town over. It was in San Antonio. I was like, I'm going to go there. And I'm just going to get this. Never enrolled. I just thought I was going to do that. And then it was a week before school. And I was like, I cannot not go to college. Like, it just like dawned on me like, oh my God, I wasted a year. Like, I cannot not go to college. No one was pressuring me. I was just like scared that I couldn't go or something. Like, I don't know. I was like, would I be a failure? Like, it almost was like when my brother had already gone to college and both my parents went to college. I was like, oh no, like, I'm not ready to be, I was scared. And no one was telling me to be scared, to be fair. And so then I went back to school undecided, and I took a psych class. I was like, I like this. Or this was sociology, sorry. I took a sociology class. I was like, oh, I love this. This is so fun. I love people. I love learning about people. And so I changed my degree to sociology, and then we have to have a minor. Changed it to psych. Because I had to take a psych class. Made psychology. And then apparently since they were in the same program, I had to have another minor.
Okay.
And so I got another minor in social work. And at that point, I was just like, I'm too scared to start the real world. So I was like, how do I stay in college a little longer? And I got a psych degree. And so I made my sociology degree a full degree, got a psych degree and full degree, and then got a minor in social work instead of double minoring.
Gotcha.
And that's how I got into that train. And then I was a caseworker in child welfare. It was super sad. So I left that. I did some research on the side. And then I was a project coordinator for a general contracting company in Austin, Texas. Like literally a construction work company.
I love it.
Yeah, they just took me in. I don't know why. I don't know how. And they were great and they were wonderful, but I still knew like I wanted to be like a counselor. I wanted to go into counseling and working with people. Like I just needed to keep working with people. I don't know if I tied that in really well, but my husband got into school and I was like, if you're going to school, I'm going to school. So then I was like, I'm going to go to school and be a counselor, and here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a typical day or week like for you? Do you have any routines that help you stay productive?
I have no routines.
None at all, actually.
I am a feral animal let loose in my house with a lot of responsibility. I have 2 classes in person, 1 hybrid and 1 like fully remote. And I feel old and I'm not old. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was not ready to be a student again. Like mentally. I think like I love it. Like I'm really grateful for it. But I have a to-do list of all these discussion boards and I'm like, girl, this is what I did when I was 20. What do you mean I'm doing this again? Like I feel like a kid. Like I feel old. Like I feel like I'm not in the right mindset still. So like when I'm doing things, I like have a Google Calendar of like everything's due and I'm just like doing it and I feel weird and I'm just like, I never like just sit down and get really productive. I'm like, it's in spurts. I'm like, I'll do it now and I'll do it now and I'll do it here and I'll do it there. And then I'm like really anxious all the time because I have no structure. I need structure. I'm not good at structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something like we can give tips on. You can learn from it.
Yeah. We'll get tips on it like we're
we're pros.
And we're not. No, please. The worst question to ask me if I have structure. No. I sleep in late.
Okay, that kind of ties into my next question. When you're not working or at school, what are some of your favorite ways to unwind or enjoy yourself?
Yeah, so right now I really like reading. I really like scrolling and rotting, which is probably the worst one of them all.
No, I do too.
I also really just like, I feel like not as fun right now saying this, but I love a good nerdy board game. How am I really into?
I literally saw
I know you see it. I'm like staring at it. Yeah. No, please, an actual stack of games because that's the only way I'm like, oh, this is nice. Get me off my phone. Yeah. Because lately I've been on my phone so much I get like a terrible migraine. Not like migraine, but like migraine. Yeah. Or I'm like, I have to get the ice cap and put it on my head. Yeah. And I'm like, I have too much screen time. And I'm like sitting here and I'm writing on my notes, like everything I need to change about myself to match my TikTok timeline. I'm like, oh my God, get me off of this. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous. Yeah. So mostly I'm scrolling, and the other times I'm begging not to scroll. So I play video games. Oh, I do not. I play board games, and I put my phone away.
Minecraft.
Literally the only game I know. Minecraft. I want to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I don't know what that is. Is it like on a Switch or something?
Yeah, and it's new. But I mostly was referencing. Have you heard that South Park?
No. I never watched South Park growing up.
Oh, I didn't either. I think that was good. I think it's very healthy. I don't think we should have been watching South Park.
Or Family Guy. Oh, I never watched either.
I did watch a little bit of Family Guy, which is like very like innocent ruining.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't watch it. I was like very scared sometimes. I'd be like, what is this? I have not been, like, I learned a lot.
I have not been exposed to these things.
Yeah. I'm like scared. I'm like asking my parents what this means, and they're like, never ask me that again. They're like, please do not ask, Google it. They're like, do not ask me that. Wait, what were we saying?
We were talking about like, what do you do to enjoy yourself?
Wingspan. A lot of wingspan. Which one of my friends did ask if our podcast is going to be about Wingspan.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
So Wingspan's a little nerdy board game, and it's kind of expensive, and you're like a bird collector. Yeah.
Okay. That's different from the thing that Kate does with her bird in France.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we have a friend who's playing that bird habit game.
I don't know.
Where you do a really good habit and you, feed your bird. Or your bird gets to travel. Like, her bird's in France. You just said, her bird's, oh, no. And, in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, what bird is this? I don't know if it's virtual. I don't know if she bought a bird.
Yeah.
You can't, sponsor an animal. I don't know if it's sponsored or
No,
what.
I think it's just, virtual.
Oh, okay. She's sponsoring a bird in France. Those birds are fine. They don't need to be sponsored. I think he sponsored endangered animals, not that. But Wingspan's a nerdy board game where you collect birds and each bird is worth a different amount of points. And you're basically building a bird habitat outside, theoretically. In your little thing. And you're trying to beat the other person by having as much more bird points and having more eggs on your birds. And then each round is different every game. And you can have extra points for having birds looking to the right in their picture and birds looking to their left. It's really it's really niche.
Okay, because I'm not picking up.
I'm not bringing this game to the girls' night, board game night.
Okay,
because our friend Kelly's "What's a Wingspan?" I'm like, "Oh, so basically it's this nerdy game, and I'm really embarrassed about it, but it's very fun." Apparently, they have a dragon version too.
Okay,
and people are going kind of crazy about it with Onyx Storm, Iron Flame, Fourth Wing, which I fell down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I'm
I didn't.
Oh, I think I fully fell into that. I think that there's a dragon outside right now, and it's mine, and we can talk telepathically.
What's crazy is my school mascot that I work at is dragons.
What?
And they're dragons. And one of my kids just 3D printed me a dragon that moves.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's the coolest middle school mascot.
It is.
Oh my gosh, I want to see it.
We're the dragons. Yeah, I'll have to take a picture.
Oh yeah, that's probably why that school district's so nice.
Yeah.
They have mythical creatures as their mascot.
Okay. How do you approach setting goals or visions for the future of your projects or careers? So, how do you basically, set goals or, dream up what you want to do next?
So, I do monthly Pinterest boards. And they'll be named Jan 25, Feb 25 for the year. Mm-hmm. And I just Pinterest a bunch of things that really speak to me. That sounds really it spoke to me, and it's a freaking raspberry bark, healthy raspberry bark that you can make with yogurt and chocolate. And I'm that really spoke to me. Really deep about that. If I set too much goals and too high expectations, I do feel too much pressure, and I do feel I'm falling behind, or I feel I just an added stressor for no reason,
right?
And I just fall into that world. That's not everyone, but that's definitely I'm snotting, lol. That's definitely the mindset I have. If I go too deep, I really fall in. So I have to do just kind of fun little mini vision boards of fun stuff. And big goals, I really will track it by reflecting.
So I do quarterly Pinterest boards. So I do Q1, Q2.
Yes.
But I think it would be fun for one of our episodes to sit down and break apart what kind of Pinterest boards we have.
Yeah. Do you have a vision board for 2024?
Yes.
So I have a physical vision board for 2024.
Oh, I do too.
I think we should pull them out.
Yeah.
And show them, because on one of mine, I have Start a Podcast.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And it's two girls on a couch with podcast stuff on an orange couch.
Stop.
And I have an orange couch.
Yeah, you have an orange couch.
Yeah, and I was
how
I
crazy
feel we
is
should
that?
Recreate that picture.
Yeah.
And it's from 2024, so that's what I thought for last year.
Yeah.
But a vision board is
just whenever.
So, have you heard, I think they said it on the What We Said podcast. They said sometimes a vision board you don't always get what you want, but you're working towards it. And you don't even realize you're working towards it. And I feel us meeting last year during 2024 and talking, we were already working on it.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Right.
So I think we definitely should do a vision board. We can do quarterly. I think quarterly would fit well.
Yeah.
But I've been doing monthly ones, and I pin outfits, I pin health inspo, drinking more juices and stuff like that, which I never follow through with.
Yeah, no, me.
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm I want to look like this, I want to be tan, I want to do my hair more often, I want to do my nails more often. Nothing.
I did set a goal. I'm going to hit 200 base camp classes this year.
Okay.
And I'm like forcing myself to do it.
Oh, I love that.
This summer I'm like gonna be going crazy at base camp. But right now I'm about to hit my 50, so I could easily get 150 classes.
Oh, easy. Yeah. Bring me along with you.
Okay.
I think like this is just not the season of my life to set goals.
Yeah.
I feel like me and my husband are in such a survival mode.
Right.
Because he's full-time grad school and I'm full-time grad school.
Right.
And we're poor. We're poor. And I didn't realize that. Like, I did. But, like, sometimes me and my friend were planning, like, a little girls' trip. Mm-hmm. And I was telling you this yesterday.
Yeah. And
she was like, I was like, let's go this one. I was like, do you have a budget? And she was like, I think you need to have a budget. Like, you're both in school. Like, are you okay? I'm like, she's like, ask Conrad, like, what the budget is. I was like, I'm not asking. He's cheap. Like, he's really, Conrad's trying to survive. Like,
he's trying to eat.
He's trying to keep us afloat. And I'm just
he's
like.
He's trying to pay rent.
And I'm like, no, he's cheap. I'm not asking him. And I asked Conrad, and Conrad's like, oh my God, Alyssa. And he's going on a trip too. Like, we're both treating ourselves to, like, a girls' trip and a boys' trip. And I'm going on 2 girls' trips.
Yeah. It doesn't count, though.
It doesn't count because he's going on the boys' trip with the husband, and the girl I'm going, the wife.
Gotcha.
You see?
Yeah.
So I'm like, how much are you spending? And he was like, this much, and I was like, oh, damn, that's cheap. I was like, I feel like y'all don't really like each other. I'm like, y'all not gonna go all out for each other? Just 2 men staying like on the strip of Nashville, like in a dirty, cheap hotel. And I'm like, I'm scared. That's the luxury of being a man.
Yeah.
You can stay in a cheap, ugly, gross hotel and you're safe.
You don't have to check, like, your area.
Oh, no. They're fine. They're going to be fine. And I bet it's going to be a horrid experience. I can't wait to hear how terrible their hotel is. And we can talk about how beautiful my Airbnb with my friend was.
My hot take, I guess, is that I hate Nashville.
Oh, I think that's fair.
Okay.
All of Nashville?
Not all of it.
So, like, what about the little towns around it?
Like, I like Franklin.
Okay.
I like Murfreesboro.
Oh, yeah. I don't know a lot about Murfreesboro.
I do not like Nashville.
I don't like Nashville
I hate the traffic. Mm-hmm. I hate that, like, there are always tourists everywhere, which I guess I'm technically a tourist, but, like, they're obviously tourists.
Yeah. They're, like, out-of-state tourists. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Or they're not even, like, country tourists.
Right.
They're, like...
And, like, the costumes that they wear.
Yeah, they're coming from,
oh, no.
Seattle and cowboy boots. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you bought those only for this trip.
Yeah, take those off.
Which, I mean, I guess play the part. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, ugh. I don't know. I just kind of hate it. And, like, the drinks are all, like, $20 a piece.
Oh, so expensive.
And I'm like, I don't even want to go out. Yeah, I don't want to go out.
I think Austin and Nashville are literally, like...
Okay.
Like, fraternal twins.
Okay.
Like, they don't look alike, but they share the same exact DNA.
Okay, do you know who Kennedy Urick is?
I have heard that name. I'm really bad with, like, names and pictures. Everyone you've asked me, I'm like, yeah, I know who they are after you show me a picture.
So Ken, I think she lives in Austin, but I think she might be potentially moving.
Okay.
But she moved to Austin.
Okay, cool. Wait, who is she?
I'm going to show you. She has, like, a little... Yes.
Okay.
She has, like, a short blonde bob.
Ugh.
She also just started a podcast, but then immediately, like, shut it down because Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny, had, like, Dumb Blonde podcast, and hers was called Dumber Blonde, and she, like, was, like, trying to sue her or something.
That's actually kind of wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think Austin and Nashville are, like, cousins, like...
So that's her.
Oh, yes. I think I actually follow her. Okay. I actually feel like I've seen that picture on my...
Probably.
TikTok. My Instagram. Yeah, I think Austin and Nashville are, like, they are definitely fraternal twins. Yeah, like, Conrad's like, would you ever want to move to Nashville? And I said, absolutely not. Why would I just move back to Austin, basically? The traffic's bad. The roads are terrible. People just do not care. And then you look out and you're like, why are y'all dressed like this? No shame to it, but, like... It's just, like, I don't feel like I'm in a, like, it doesn't feel homey. Yeah. That's what it is. It's not, there's no shame in some town or city being a, like, touristy area and everyone's dressed up for the park. 'Cause I'll be doing that when I go to the East Coast. I'll be dressing up, like, you know, like, all the fun, preppy stuff. Like, I'll do that. But it doesn't feel homey when you're living there.
Yeah, right.
So when we would go out to go get drinks in Austin, like, going to 6th Street was, like, terrible, which is, like, equivalent to the Strip.
Yeah.
Right? Is it called the Strip? In Nashville? What's it called?
Broadway.
Broadway. It's similar to that where the drinks are expensive, it's crowded, it's not fun. You're kind of like scared a little bit for your safety.
Yeah.
And we would go to the Domain, which is like also can be kind of touristy, but I feel like it's a little bit more. I'm saying this and people are like, "You're so wrong. You're so dumb." Like, but
what's that TikTok trend? Like they all chant in unison.
Idiot. Wait, right? I don't know. They're all like, this dumb girl doesn't know what she's talking about.
They know that I don't wear hats.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's staring at me.
This is my first time wearing a pink sweat set. They all know it. It's still expensive. Like, the Domain was still expensive, but it was just, like, a little less scary, like Broadway and 6th Street. I'm sure there's somewhere. But I do not like Nashville. I will not.
Yeah.
Catch me in Franklin.
Yeah.
Catch me moving to Franklin immediately.
Right.
I love that look of that place. Also, it's expensive as heck.
Yeah.
So.
It is.
It's hard to imagine actually moving there when
Yeah.
it's like, how can anyone afford to. I actually cannot process how people afford to live in Franklin.
Yeah.
Conrad's family lives there, and I'm like, how? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't think I have a good concept of money.
Oh, I don't either.
Because I'm like, how do y'all afford this? And it's probably like super affordable with a 2-income, high-paying income. But I'm like,
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
The world is burning.
I'm like, I feel like I make pretty decent money, like with my 2 jobs, and then Hunter makes pretty decent money, and then I'm like, I don't think that we could afford to live in Franklin.
Oh, and 2 jobs is wild.
Yeah.
2 jobs is wild. People are like, work harder, and it's like, what? I'm going to
Yeah.
have 2 jobs, and I have an off day. What do you mean work harder? I
Right.
think there's a bigger problem here, and I don't think it's my work ethic.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
All right. Is there a book, podcast, or resource that had a significant impact on your life or career?
Okay. That is a really good question. What's it called? The one I was telling you about, Everything I Know About Love by Dolly. I don't know her last name.
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
Alderson or Alder.
Yeah,
I could be
yep.
butchering that.
I think
Something
that's
like that. I wish I read that book maybe right before my wedding.
Okay.
Not because it would have changed. I think it's with the life I was going through right before I got married. It wouldn't change anything about my marriage or anything. It's more of like the friendships I had then and the things I was going through then, like career wise, and like feeling behind and feeling like lost, and feeling like I had to have it together. So some people, like, I was reading some of the reviews of that book, which I need to stop. Like, I cannot look at any reviews for anything because I'm like, am I wrong? They're so right. I missed it. Like, I missed everything. And people were just like, oh, this dumb girl. I'm like, what do you mean dumb girl? I was like, she really like
broadened your horizons.
Yes. Broadened my horizons. That's exactly what I was trying to go for. Because like, I think it was just like talking basically about like you being like kind of authentic and not changing like the things you lose when you change yourself.
Yeah.
Like, so she has talked about like having an eating disorder and like how that affects her to this day, like eating stuff, and she still will think about things. And it's just like, holy moly. First of all, she talks about the shit women have to go through, and I'm like, like that just, I can eat that shit up. I'm like, please talk about like how women are affected in society. Like, I need to hear it. But she was also talking about like, I don't know if she's still single or not, but she has been like pretty alone all her life. And she's gone like, or not alone, not in a like marriage type of relationship. And she's had some, and she talks about her bad breakup and stuff. But she was really talking about like everything she knew about love was like loving herself and like loving and fostering and nurturing her friendships. And that's changed so much for me, especially like moving here to Memphis. And like, I do have a loving and great husband, but I don't have a lot of friends here because I'm like moved and lost all my friends. And I realized like, I didn't lose them, but great distance from all of us. And I'm just like, holy moly, we all need so much love. And we need to like nurture and foster those relationships ourselves. And she talks about like her best friend being like the love of her life, basically. And I truly have felt that way in my life. Like, I'm like, I could lose everything, but my best friend is all I have. And that's like, I'm fine. Like, that's good enough. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like you have to start making more of those relationships the older you get. Yeah. And so I don't know. It's just kind of like made me realize things. It's the year of realizing things.
It's the year of realizing.
What does Kylie say? Or is it
I don't
Kindle?
even know.
Do you know what I'm talking about? He's like, I'm just realizing things. They were like, what? I think her sister's like Kindle or Kylie. It's one of them. And the other one's just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, she's like, you're so dumb. But it just made me really realize like the importance of like female friendships.
I need to read it.
Yeah, you really do. It's an easy Spotify listen too.
Okay.
Or audiobook.
Yeah.
And she's reading the audiobook. And I
fun.
love when a memoir is read by the author.
Yes, me too.
I love it. I can eat that up.
Same. Okay, if you could instantly gain a new skill or talent, what would it be?
Oh, man. Anything that could get me famous. Influencer talent. The talent of an influencer. Confidence. Full-on confidence to just post every single day and interact with people. I don't know. That's a good question. I would think that, like, writing and connecting with people. I don't know, connecting people.
Okay.
Doing fun stuff. I would say singing, but I don't know. I don't think I would do anything with it because I'd be too scared because I won't have confidence. So I would say confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to do Would You Rathers?
Yes.
Just kind of go through them?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be a guest on a podcast with your dream guest? So, like, basically, like, be on a podcast that you want to be on, or have a guest that you admire on our show?
I would rather have a guest on our show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would want. Did it say who? Or no? It was
but
just
you can.
Yeah, I think I would just rather have someone else on our show.
Who
I
would
would
it be?
want to. Oh, Aspen Ovard right now.
Immediate.
Aspen Ovard. I want to know everything. I also
Yeah.
feel like I could. I feel like I could relate to her.
Yeah.
I want to know everything, and I also feel like we can. I've learned so much. I just need to know. I just need to know all the tea.
There's a lot of it, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you rather have a podcast that's super successful, but you can never leave your home, or a small podcast, but you get to travel the world?
Small podcast, travel the world.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to talk to your future self or your past self?
Future self, immediately. My past self, all I would be is like, it gets a little better, but it's still scary. I need someone to tell me it's going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather always have the perfect outfit for every occasion, or always have the perfect hair?
I feel like your hair can make or break the outfit.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm a hair girl.
Yeah.
I've always been a hair girl.
But what if I could just do my own hair?
Yeah.
And I just wear my hair the same every day. Outfit. Outfit. And I'll just do my hair. It doesn't promise my hair will be ugly, right?
No.
Yeah. I'll do an outfit.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather always have the perfect response in conversations, or always be the funniest person in the room?
Funniest, but laughing with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm trying to work on being like better well-spoken.
Yeah. I probably logically I should say that one. But for my confidence, funny.
I feel like a lot of times whenever I'm in a room with like older people, I feel dumb.
Oh, older people are people who like have held a career in a certain thing for a really long time. Like sometimes I just don't feel like I can relate. Like I'm like, we'll be talking about something and I'm just like, I don't know. They make you feel young.
Yeah.
They make you feel chronically young. And I hate that. Because I'm young, but not in a way that you get to make me feel like I'm young and dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather only be able to listen to one song for the rest of your life, or only watch one movie forever?
One movie forever. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Matthew,
where are you? Only that Matthew, though.
Okay. Would you rather always speak in movie quotes, or only be able to communicate through emojis?
Oh, God. Movie quotes.
Really?
So I could say more. I want to be like, what would I say? I'd be like, red heart emoji, 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 emoji.
Red heart, tongue out.
Yeah. Crazy eye emoji. Eyes going different ways. Star eye emoji.
Okay. Last one.
Okay.
Would you rather time travel 100 years into the past, or 100 years into the future?
Oh, probably in the future.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to know anymore about the past.
I feel like I would be the past, because it would
Really?
be the 20s, the roaring 20s. And
Okay.
I'm, like, fascinated.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, when they couldn't drink.
You don't have to change your answer. Yeah, when alcohol was illegal.
Yeah, when they couldn't drink and
You
they had
mean
to
that
sneak
time.
around. That probably would. I bet they all. Okay, Come on, those people had to be good on their health for a little bit.
Yeah.
No carcinogens from the alcohol.
Yeah.
Just take it away, and I won't drink anymore.
Okay, I actually have one more, and I ask
Okay.
everyone this question. And I'm very curious to what your answer is.
Okay.
So the question is, if you had a set of Legos and you could build anything with these Legos,
Okay.
what would you build? An example. My answer was like an underground tunnel to Italy.
Oh, so you
So
can
like you could build anything.
like actually anything.
Yeah, anything.
Okay. That's a really good question. I would build a massive spa that had robots that could do everything for me. And I would get my hair done every day. I would get a spray tan every day. There would be a gym in there like where I could get fit every day. It would be everything I would leave and I would be hot every single day. There would be like a wardrobe in there.
Okay.
Not Lego wardrobe, but it would house all the wardrobe.
Yeah.
So it would be a massive spa. I've always wanted to go to like a spa world, but I'm really
Yeah.
scared of the germs. I want like a private one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I would build. Like a private, like, I can walk in there and I can leave and I can feel hot.
Okay.
No, but you're like, I want to travel the world. And I'm like, I want to look hot. And then I'll go travel the world.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't get to, I feel like was so boring about my
No.
school. Education's so boring.
I don't
I feel
think
like
so.
that's all I brought to the table right now was, and I did this and that because I was nervous to not go to college. But yeah, no, I don't think I
Okay.
have anything crazy.
All right, how many siblings do you have?
I have one older brother.
Okay. How many pets do you have?
I have 2 pets. I have one big giant dog, and then I have a little fat black cat walking around somewhere, which has been surprising that he hasn't come out at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. But he hasn't been out at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your dream job?
Honestly, to
Yeah.
be a podcaster.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is my dream job. It's like you get to talk with your friends all
Yeah.
day. And then obviously there's work with it.
Yeah.
But then you get the freedom of like traveling. You
Right.
get the freedom of like, I think any job that I can have the freedom of being flexible and doing anything.
Yeah.
Any time of the year. Like you can just pick up and go, which is crazy. They're like,
Okay.
you actually can't do that with the podcast. Someone's like, we'll never pick those girls up for a network because that girl just wants to leave whenever she wants. She doesn't want to work. I don't want to work. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all.
All right.
Okay.
Yay.
That was our second episode. Well, second episode, same day. How you
Yeah,
feel?
I feel good about it.
I do too.
I feel like we just chatted it up.
Yeah, there's just so much to chit-chat about.
Yeah.
And our next episode will be our first real episode of us just chit-chatting again. We don't know exactly. We do know, but we don't know.
Yeah, but
what
we do
we'll be
know, but we
talking
don't
about. Yeah. We need an agenda. A loose agenda.
Right.
If you will.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because before we did these interviews, I was like, do you want to have an agenda? And we were like, no, let's just roll with it. Why? Why did I even ask that? We should have known that we don't need anything.
Right.
We just need a loose topic. A loose topic.
Just maybe like a notes app.
I don't know, like, of any podcast where they're like, and then we're going to talk about this. And
Yeah.
now we're going to talk about this. And they're doing that, and they're really...
They're normally not good.
Oh, yeah. Or they're hiding it really well. I'm
Yeah.
like, how would you... I'm like, you got me going. I was like, how we get here? They're, like, very well organized and well spoken. And I'm just, like, yapping away. But, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening in to the Loose
Yes.
Agenda Pod.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Or hear us next time.
Bye.